consciousness, like if we're all one consciousness, pretty much the idea is that um that we're like the same thing, right? And it could just be the same thing purifying itself. So when you look at religion, like the good go to a good place, and it can be reincarnation. They could be coming back to them, coming back alive to try it again. Trials and tribulations is what I think. And I personally, like, if we go on that, and if we are this one consciousness thing, the idea that I have is that the negative ones of us, the bad ones, the serial killers, the rapists, the people that don't retribute themselves by the end of their what they're giving is a lifeline, a life term, is that the ones that are bad, or what we could call evil or negative, the bad side, if we're just looking at this as all of us as part of someone's brain or brain cells, is that the bad ones cease to exist. That part of the consciousness ceases to exist. It gets erased, completely gone. And that's like what's going on over all these years. And that's what we are, is these little brain cells. You know what I mean? In order for us as like little brain cells or consciousness, enable for us personally as this part of this consciousness to survive, is to be good, to do good, to better help and conform to and prosper this giant mind that we're a part of.
Yeah. Do you believe in reincarnation?
I do. Yes.
Okay, so what
I
I
believe it's
believe,
a decision though.
yes, yes. So what I believe is we choose to come here to the physical, experience all of these things that it's like I don't want to say contract, but we choose to plan what we do here. So to your point, like if I was a spirit or something that's connected to consciousness, and that consciousness was like, hey, you should go and experience this,
Yeah.
and it so happens to be um, rampaging murderer.
Hmm.
So I would need to consciously, or would have to decide in that energy spiritual form, if I want to choose to reincarnate with that task.
Right.
If I do choose so, then everything that comes with it, um, being hunted down, being tried, being, given a chair after being caught because I've done all these horrible things, I would have to recognize and accept that that's going to be the life I choose and try to experience.
Hmm.
So
To see how
once,
you come out to do like different tests. Like each lifeline could be a different
yeah,
test.
yeah, yeah. So once I die, because I've already lived this life of being a murderer and whatnot, I
Hmm.
bring, I go through this thing where my body dies, my soul leaves the body, my soul, um, it's, I guess, cleansed, could be cleansed, and all that experience, all that emotions, all the things that happen in that one life is boiled down to what we call instinct. And that's the only thing we can bring over to the next life.
Right. To like, if we're talking about the brain cells, to like make it stronger, make it better,
Yeah.
through
So
the lifetimes.
yeah, so maybe okay, and then I have a period of rest.
Hmm.
So my soul is cleansed, everything condenses into intuition, like yeah, like intuition.
Hmm.
And then I go back to the greater consciousness and
Yep.
share that. And then maybe, I don't know, 50, 100 years late down the line, I'm like, oh, I'm bored here. Let me go back and reincarnate. But I've already done the murder stuff. Let me
Right.
let me be a monk
Right.
in the high mountains temple kind of
And
thing.
that could be like why, like, when people try to record ghosts and stuff,
Yeah,
um, it doesn't matter who's doing it, right? No one's ever came out with like intense like affirmation or real conversation, or I mean, there's obviously some sort of law or border, control, like rules, you know what I mean,
yeah,
around that.
yeah,
Into the cycling circle of I don't know is what it is. Just like they can't know. These people, like, people cannot know. People cannot know about everything. Like, they cannot know. Is that being controlled by us, or is that like, you know what I mean? Like, if you could like, we're not supposed to understand so much, and it's almost like that's what gives you free will. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
Not understanding everything around you is what gives you free will. And I don't know, it's almost it's so interesting, man. And it's like, but it could just be for entertainment. You know what I mean? All like,
yeah,
I live a billion different fucking ways because I'm the only consciousness on this, whatever. But I mean, I always look at it, it's like everything could disappear in a second, right?
yeah, yeah, definitely.
Because literally, um everything is nothing. This doesn't mean anything. Like, the whole idea, like, everyone is so conformed into their bodies and minds. And once you get out of that and realize, like, none of this is real, none of this matters, none of this is really anything, those words take on an opposite effect and go, this is everything. This is like, everything means everything. It's crazy. It's like there is no consciousness, there is no light, because there is no dark, there is no existence there. What is this? You know what I mean? It does not matter in a way, but it matters entirely. You know what I mean? We're given what we're given, but if you look around, like, what is life? What is knowing what life is? Because honestly, like, all of it, it just it doesn't, like, it doesn't matter, and it matters at the same time, because none of that shit fucking exists, but it all exists right in front of us, right? It's crazy. And it's like the whole world, like, you got to break down beyond that to I got to go whoop back into the whole people person kind of mentality and go, the whole world is based on fucking egotistical fucking shit about themselves, and it's like none of it fucking matters,
Yeah,
or it all matters, but it doesn't matter, but it does. But there's no such fucking thing of any is it mattering or not mattering, you know.
yeah,
It's crazy. It's like literally like, and even if there is some major consciousness that we're all a part of, how does that mean anything? Because existence is nothing, but
yeah.
existence is everything at the
Well,
same time.
I think existence is experience
Hmm.
because just say we like our true being is a like an energy being, but we can't, as energy beings, we can't touch, feel, we can't get hurt, we can't have sex, right?
Can't
Is
have
it,
anything.
yeah, is it the reason why we choose to be in the physical is to experience all that?
It's gotta be.
Yeah,
This has gotta be all about creating something out of nothing to experience something. What is the reason? I don't know. All I can tell you is there is no reason, but reason. All of the reason and none at the same time. None of it makes sense. Like, if there was a God, what, like, they'll say, what created the God? Well, we could go on that tangent forever, but what if nothing created the God? Just appeared. Appeared into what? Because there is nothing, but nothing is everything. See what I'm saying? It's weird.
yeah, yeah,
And that goes into the whole like the Matrix or alternate dimension, like, but it never stops. It's continuous. It's forever. So technically, if you were to go back, I don't know, 100 times of consciousness, like through our consciousness to the consciousness above us to like God's consciousness, like before then and before then and before then, and keep going, it's just us. It's one thing. We're all one thing. But all of a sudden, the one right above that is nothing. So whatever this is that we're all living is a gift to be able to think and be and do this. I think the answer of life is to not have an answer. You know what I mean? That's the whole point. The answer is probably to be able to ask the question, what is the answer ultimately? Because I mean, it all matters, but it doesn't matter. I mean, we use these simple words to describe things. We use these simple words, and it goes into these laws. And I mean, whatever evil, as I could only describe as the words that were given to me to use, is evil or darkness or bad or negative or against me. This thing, these people, this whatever push, this essence that's going on in the world today is strictly on this level of plane, on this first, the one we're dealing with. Now, could that lead to the ultimate truth? Is existence and non-existence? You know what I mean? Like, is it trying to go back to nothing? And are we trying to go for something? Or is it just, like I said before, entertainment? Hey, it's Astro. If you like this, make sure to like and subscribe for more breakdowns brought to you by the Collective Minds podcast. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, and anywhere else you like to stream from. Check us out.